Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and we are here at the Darlington Raceway. The penultimate race of the season gonna be tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Napa Fan. We're gonna qualify here for the Mello Yello 0200 at Darlington. Only a 5-minute session for these drivers, and only 3 drivers still in championship contention, including our points leader, Fisher G. 440 points for Fisher G coming into this race. Edwin Mendez is 51 points behind, and Dan Park is 55 points behind. If either of those drivers leave tomorrow's race 41 points behind or more, then they are eliminated from championship contention. If Fisher G leaves this race with a 41 or more point lead, he's going to win your championship a race early here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Like I mentioned, only 5 minutes here at Darlington. This is one of the toughest racetracks we go to. Very narrow, very fast, and we don't have safer barriers because this is the original Darlington. It is the best Darlington made for this game, which is why I've been coming here since the beginning of Napa Fan, all the way back in 2015. But it's going to be a great one. Penultimate race of the season. And a race like this is definitely interesting this late in the season because a lot of things can happen to a lot of drivers. You make one little mistake and you can lose a ton of positions here. And in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series next year, it's going to be the finale, so that's also going to be a very interesting thing. There's Matthew Brown, our last winner here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Got that win at Talladega. Able to win the race back to the line after they had that huge wreck late in the race. Of course, tomorrow's race is going to be a 38-lap event here from the Darlington Raceway. Number 55 machine, Ace Garcia, currently the fastest driver here. There's Fisher G in the 43. And he might get held up a little bit there by Nick Smith and Trey Bartow, but we'll have to see where he ends up qualifying. If he qualifies on the inside lane, I think he's going to have a pretty good shot at a good run. But we'll have to see. He's currently the 5th fastest driver. Did not improve his time. He did improve his time to 2nd. But you gotta remember, here at Darlington, the fastest times are usually the first 2 laps and the tires wear out. It was Trey Smith. He wanted Bristol, I should say, back earlier in the month. He's got the fastest time right now. Fisher G on the outside lane, on the outside pole currently. Madison Toll, Zachary Fitzwater, Matthew Brown, all moving themselves into those positions right there. Nick Smith, Shane Lake, and Eric Monaco. And just like that, Fisher G actually did improve his time. He's up to 5th. Thought he got pushed out there, but he did not. He got a good lap there. Been improving his lap times as the session has gone along. I've quite a few guys who have yet to clock a time in here. They're going to get their times in here shortly. They include Edwin Mendez, who just clocked in a time. Chris Skinlart now the fastest. Chase Marks, Jason Tucker, Trey Bartow, Madison Toll, Shane Lake, Nick Smith, Eli Bright, Dale Lightning, and Eric Monaco. That's going to put Fisher G down to 13th. Not a bad place to start. Where's Dan Park currently? He's up to 7th. Great run out of Dan Park, and Fisher G is going to take it to the pit lane, so Fisher G will not get another time in. He's going to stay at a 30.039, and a lot of guys are jumping him right now, all the way down to 18th right now for Fisher G. That is not what he needs in this championship. Edwin Mendez currently sits at the 23rd fastest time, but he did just get out there, so he might be able to advance his time here. We're going to focus with him and see. Currently 26th for him. Fisher G all the way back to now 23rd. He is falling through the field very quickly. And right there, number 63 just advanced his time. He has moved up to the 15th position. Dan Park is 12th, Mendez is 15th, and Fisher G is 28th. And as of now, if they finished in those positions, we would still have a championship fight heading into Homestead on Christmas Day. Alexander Rowe is the fastest driver. Remember, he almost won the Craftsman Throwback Series race here back in September. Couldn't pull that one off, unfortunately, as he had an issue. Had to go pit for fuel, and it actually led to Dan Park coming home with the race victory. Chase Marks. Edwin Mendez is up to 3rd now. And Mendez is 51 points behind Fisher G, looking for that chance get to Fisher G in the championship. We'll have to see what he can do. And Dan Park is the 10th fastest driver in the number 2 machine for Rainey Motorsports. So the owners involved in this: CJ Williams, Big Names Motorsports, and Fisher G. Julius Anderson with Anderson Racing and Edwin Mendez, and they actually have a very good chance of winning the Owners' Championship. They're only 10 points behind Mendez, or behind, I should say, Big Names Motorsports. And then Rainey Motorsports in the number 2, Luke Rainey, the owner of Dan Park. Number 19, though, will most likely win the pole position. Alexander Rowe with a great time there for Nicholas Sykes' team. And I believe once the clock runs out here, that's going to do it for Mello 0200 qualifying. Fisher G is going to be starting in the 31st position for tomorrow's race. That is a very deep position to be in. We'll have to see where he ends up falling. But there are the official standings in qualifying. That is how they will line up for tomorrow's 38-lap race here from the Darlington Raceway. Take a look at the rest of the results right there in qualifying. We do not have any ties, so that's how they're going to set the field for tomorrow's 38-lap event. Thank you guys so much for watching. It is going to be an interesting race to see where Mendez and Park finish in relevancy to Fisher G in the 43. And if they finished right where they qualified, there would still be a championship fight. It would be a really close, relatively close championship fight compared to the rest of the season, heading in the Homestead. And with the way Fisher G has dominated this season, definitely be surprised if he still had a shot at losing it going in the Homestead. But we're going to have to see. Going to be interesting next couple of races here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Mello 0200 from Darlington. I will see you guys later.